Okay, chest breathers, we're going to talk you through how to create a more balanced breath. Remember, Monica's breath was up. So let's take another one, Monica. Good. Now, this time, Monica, I want you to relax your abs before you start breathing and take another breath. Good. One more. Keep the abs relaxed first. Good. Better. So when she relaxed her abdomen first, you could see there was less of a chest rise. Her abs were holding her balloon and making it hard for her diaphragm to come down. So the only direction she could breathe was up. Relaxing her abs allowed the diaphragm to come down and set up her piston. Let's try that again. Relax first, that's it. Good, nice. Now, let's combine that with alignment. Monica, let's shift into your sweet spot. Good. A little bit more. We're gonna get you here and then shift back. Good. Okay, now that we're there, relax your abs. Good, and take a breath. Good. Good, even better. We're seeing more movement here in her rib cage and more toward the center. We saw very little movement through her chest and a nice opening of the bottom of that rib cage out to the side with a gentle belly rise. That's the breath we're looking for. So let's add this layer to your homework. As you practice your alignment and breathing, now you're going to add in relaxing your abdomen on inhale and feel your ribs opening like an umbrella. Pause and try a few. So we're going to give you a few more tips and reinforce this new breath and give you some extra practice. We're going to do this lying down so we can reduce gravity and having to worry about all your other muscles and just focus on the breath. So for Monica laying here, we can see that even here, she's bell rung up. Her rib cage is protruding. And this is really important for those of you who do any exercise classes that ask you to lay on a mat or on the floor. They don't assume that the floor or the mat has created a quiet bell for you. Before we do anything to change how Monica's positioned, I'm going to ask her to take another breath again. Okay, and we can see even here it's up into her chest. So in order to change her diaphragm function, we know we have to get her out of this bell rung up position. We can see her ribs are like this at an angle. So in order to change it, we need to put a pillow under her head, shoulders, and the top of her rib cage in order to get it to be a quiet bell again. Pillow thickness will determine how many you need to get your bell quiet, so play with that. But we're gonna start with 1 for Monica. Oops. Oh, sorry. Okay, I need to get it a little more under your shoulders. Okay, okay, good. Now we can see her ribs aren't out as much, but let's go ahead and take another breath. Oh, good. Okay, try one more. Good. We saw less of a chest rise that time. That's a good start because we've put her in a little bit more of a better alignment, definitely more sideways. Okay, the next thing I need to do is help her with the change in a position of her pelvis. Remember, she's a newbie bum tucker, and even here she is tucking her bum. You can tell by making a hand triangle by putting the heel of your hand on the front bones of your pelvis and your fingertips on your pubic bone. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and do that? And if her bum is tucked, we'll see the fingertips higher than the heels of her hand, which means she's tucked under. So to create a gently untucked position, we have to make the heels of her hands and her fingertips level. So why don't you do that by rocking your pelvis back and forth? Good, good. And then we're gonna find our way to the middle. Perfect. Okay, do you feel really arched here?
I do.
Yeah, I know, I get that a lot. She isn't used to using her rib cage or her pelvis in this position, so it may feel really arched or awkward to start, but it shouldn't be painful. Only untuck to what is comfortable. And then hang in there with me, and that awkwardness will settle as we start to practice the breaths. Now, a few cues to help you increase the awareness of the movement of your rib cage and retrain the diaphragm to work in this aligned position. First cue is to put one hand on your chest while you take a breath to remind you not to breathe up into your chest. So don't let this hand move as you take a breath. And I want you to take a breath thinking about opening the bottom of your ribs like an umbrella inside your chest. Oh, good. Nice. Much better. Good. Now let's repeat that this time, but relax your abdomen and don't let that hand move. Okay? Good. We're getting a lot more sideways motion. Let's take another one. Good, Monica. And a lot less chest. That's terrific. Good. Okay, Monica, you keep breathing. I want you guys to watch her abs gently rise on the inhale and fall on the exhale. She's not contracting her abs to make that happen, and you shouldn't either. Let your abs follow your breath, okay? A lot of you may not be feeling like you're getting a full breath when you try this, and that's because as chest breathers with your bell rung up, you tend to hold your ribs in an already open position. So there isn't much more room for you to take an inhale. I've got a cue for that. Let's focus on your exhale. This time we're going to keep our hand here as a reminder, and this time when you exhale, I want you to think about breathing out through a straw. It's going to be a really gentle exhale, like you're blowing petals off a flower. And then when you do that long exhale, I want you to keep letting all of your air out. Don't force it out, just keep it going. And then once you're done, you're going to take a big umbrella inhale. Okay, let's have Monica try that. Okay, so we're going to inhale. Nice inhale, good. And then we're going to exhale. Just keep blowing until you get rid of all your air. Really nice, Monica. Good. And then when you're ready, you're going to take a nice big inhale. Good. Good. Did you feel like that was a fuller breath that time? Perfect. Did you see how much bigger that breath was? Okay, Monica, did you feel like you could really get that rib cage excursion and get that idea? Okay, let's try one more. Keep blowing. Good job, Monica. Okay, and big inhale. Oh, much better that time. Less chest breath. Really good job. Okay, so if you can get that big exhale first and feel the ribs move out, come together, then you can feel that and experience what that sideways movement on opening should feel like and get a big full breath. This is a really nice trick for you, so go and try one. So here's your homework. I want you to spend a few minutes on this in the morning and the evening. Lay down on a flat surface, not on a squishy bed, because it will be hard to get your alignment. And use a pillow or two to create a quiet bell over a gently untucked pelvis. Check your hand triangle. It should be level. Once you've found your spot, practice your umbrella inhale with a relaxed abdomen. It should gently rise. Then feel the abdomen fall as it follows a gentle exhale out of a straw. See if a hand on the chest or a long exhale helps you really feel that sideways motion of your rib cage. Keep an eye on your pelvis. It will like to rock back under. Use your hand triangle to keep it in check. Then remember to practice the breath as we practice our alignment throughout the day. Every time you're in a line or while you're doing dishes or changing a diaper, do 10 breath cycles in your aligned position. Before we move on, how much do you feel like you're arching now, Monica?
A little bit.
Just a little?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's gotten a little bit better?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so not as much. Okay, why don't you head out and experience that yourself and get to work.